Hey everyone, this is Mike and welcome to my TLDR Relic guide for patch 5.55, the final step of the Relic. We'll first start off by accepting the 3 new quests that Zlatan has to offer for us, and these 3 quests will have us collecting 2 items which can be obtained in 2 ways. Either from doing skirmishes and critical engagements inside of Zadnor or New Borja zone, or by doing 8-man normal mode raids. We'll need 30 of each item, meaning 60 per quest, in other words 180 in total. If you decide to do Zadnors, then skirmishes will drop 1 item and critical engagements will drop the other depending on which one of the 3 zones you're in. And as for the raids, the first 2 fights in a raid tier will drop the first one, the last 2 fights in a raid tier will drop the other. So if you were to, for example, look at the first quest, the one that has us collect axles and springs, the axles will drop from skirmishes in Zadnor in the first zone, the springs will drop from the critical engagements in the first Zadnor zone, and then if we were to do the raids for it instead, the axle will drop from Alexander 1, 2, 5, 6, 9 and 10, with the spring dropping from Alexander 3, 4, 7, 8 and 11 and 12. And this goes for the other 2 quests as well, only that they will be done in the 2nd and the 3rd zone of Zadnor, and the raids will then be for Stormblood and Shadowbringers respectively. The drop rate for these items is 100% anywhere you do it, so the choice is yours where you want to farm them, but my recommendation is as follows. The first items, the one that drop from the skirmishes, I would try to get those inside of Zadnor. If you're planning on getting to max level and getting the story done in Zadnor anyways, then you will be close to being finished with these items by the time you finish the Zadnor story. While you're doing that, you can also pick up any of the critical engagements that spawn, as critical engagements also have a chance to drop 2 items instead of 1, but this seems to be RNG. Once you're done collecting this skirmish item, that's when I would recommend you to do the raids for the 2nd items instead, as critical engagements don't spawn that often and you can clear the normal mode raids really fast. Once you're done with all 3 of these quests, you can move on to step number 2. Step 1, the collecting of all these items, only needs to be completed once, so it's a little bit of a grind, but once you're done with it, getting the rest of your relics will be a lot smoother. For step 2, we will be collecting another 15 items. These can be obtained in 4 different ways. You can do the Dalriada, which is the new large-scale assault in Zadnor, and this one will drop 3 of them. And then we also have Delubrum Reginae, Heaven on High, floors 51 to 100, and level 70 dungeons. These last 3 will drop 1 item. If you only care about getting the relic done as soon as possible, spamming level 70 dungeons as a team of blue mages is going to be the fastest way to go about it, but the other options can also be good depending on what you're after. You can do Delubrum Reginae and work on 2 relics at the same time, as you also need to do Delubrum for a previous step of the relic. You can also do the Dalriada if you're trying to get resistance honors, make yourself stronger inside of Zadnor if you want to do the 1v1s or other things inside of there. So choose what best suits what you are after outside of just getting the relic done, unless of course 1 relic is the only thing you care about, then spamming the level 70 dungeons is going to be the fastest way possible. And that pretty much does it for our final step. The one-time quest will take a little while to get done, but once that's over, it's smooth sailing for any other relics that you would want to complete, with the option to also work on 2 relics at the same time by doing the Delubrum Reginae. So that does it for me. I want to thank you for watching, I want to thank my Patreons for their support, and I'll see you in the next one.